Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Ayo! How is she doing that shit with her voice? That's creeping me out, man. I'm so blown away by this woman.
Today we're going on an adventure with
Yeah, if you look
Phoenix Legend for the first time.
If you look at the names of the songs that we're going to check out, it does sound like we're going on an adventure.
Right?
Map of the country we're going to check out. And then we're also going to check out Bottom of the Sea.
It is literally an adventure.
Her name is Ling Hua and Sheng Yi. I think that's how you pronounce it.
And it's a duet, so they do like folkloric Chinese music with like the new modern age of pop and rap.
That's all we know. And that they're damn popular. So let's give this a
Let's
watch.
have a look. I'm actually really excited. Wow!
Me too.
Talk about production though.
I love it when artists introduce me to other cultures.
I'm sorry, but the...
How is she doing that shit with her voice? That's creeping me out, man.
Wow! That is amazing!
Wow, he's got that.
Oh my god! Look at that production! No, this is really truly going wrong.
Bro, live music
She
performances.
can do it all.
At the moment, no one has shit on China, bro.
No, definitely not.
When do we
I
get
mean,
to see stuff like this consistently
budget,
here in the West? Oh my god, dude, how is she doing that? How is that coming out of her? All my musical knowledge is out the window.
I have
Forget
no
it.
idea how to break that down.
I know nothing about music now.
That is so exciting.
She has melted everything out in my brain.
Yeah, my neurons stopped working.
Only my dopamine sector is just right now. I love it. I don't even know what's real and what isn't.
How does she sound like that? Where are these people coming from?
Bro, I want him, oh my god, to just never stop making music, bro. I love his voice and his duo
His
partner.
inflection.
Oh my god,
Also,
she's
can we just
unreal.
can we talk about her duality as a singer?
It's incredible, right? That's why it's so valuable. I guess when you're a kid, so we grew up in Venezuela, South America, and when you're a kid, you're not as inclined to learn folk from your own country in terms of music, because we were always grew up in music and in the industry per se. We weren't really that keen on learning folk per se, and we saw it a lot in other parts of. Now we see it a lot in other parts of the world with the little ones. Sometimes, now that you kind of grow a little bit more of experience and a little bit of maturity, if you manage to learn folk from a really young age, and then you're able to, through maturity, musical exposure, training, experimentation, and then learning to be a bit more commercial, a bit more, work with popular music and stuff like that, you can introduce some of those folk technical elements and be such a unique singer while also holding your origins with pride. So you're like killing two birds with
and it's undone.
one
It's
stone.
so unnaturally fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you've seen it in different in other music industries. Actually, there's a lot of channels that are invested into that fusion of inclusion of traditional music and then bringing something new to the table, whether it be pop, rap, or whatever. In this particular case, though, you have such a seasoned product because the two elements of this are so well
World class. These guys
it-
are world class.
it is like you took the best of the genres and then brought them together, and this is what comes out of it. Like I'm just blown away by the level of maturity and like
Everything, in
aging in this performance.
Production value, singing ability, performing ability,
The
product
production,
packaging is insane.
production, bro. The fact that you have a live band, insane. But look how majestic they are. Efra, they have a whole pool.
I got so smiling. Dude, she's a freak of nature. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
What was this for? Hey.
Bro, I wish I want to be like them when I grow up. I've just met my hero. I've just figured out who I want to idolize for the rest of my life. How can it look so cool as well as they perform this? They don't look like they
They're
even broke
so
a sweat.
composed. Not even that, but they're so composed. Listen,
We got the lyrics, by the way.
Oh my god!
Did you know? Look at this. So our team sent us this. Apologies.
No, that's
obviously
okay.
Excitement.
Whoa.
Our team told us this, that they the most influential singer group in mainland China after 2005. So that means they've been doing this shit for a while. Dude, what?
I think that explains why they are so good in terms of like the performance majesty, like mastery as well, because they've got this like aura about them. There is like everything else is doing the performance for them, so they can really settle into what they have to do. There is no waste of energy. There is no waste of intent or vocal discipline. Like if you look at them, they really have it down. They're letting everything else do the performance, so they can really get to the nitty-gritty of the singing ability or like the rapping ability here. That's why you hear so many different vocal textures in her singing, as well as his inflection and his punch. Like his dynamics never drop, and I think that is really interesting because in rap that's like the normal denomination. Like that's
Rap
usually-
life struggles.
because you lose the intensity. You lose intensity because you're doing other things. You're very active. You're jumping about. You're hyping up the audience. And in this particular performance, everything else is doing that for them. So they can really like sit back in that performance and it just kind of grow in that majestic thing they have going on. It's so cool, man.
We have the lyrics. It says, look at the mountains, the ravines, the rocks, connecting one river to another. Let the rivers run with stars, forming bay after bay. This map, the Luan and the Phoenix. Or the Luan? I don't know. The mountains are too high to climb. Pouring the ink, the brush is full.
Oh, that's why.
It's
That's why you
building
see
the-
you're painting the landscape.
Right,
That's
right.
why. Okay, so all
They're,
right,
they're
I understand.
depicting the picture of the mainland.
Okay.
The river and the mountains are so beautiful. No matter how far the clouds and moon may go, Men, let's move forward.
Whoa,
let's go
that's
forward.
powerful.
We've crossed the 3 mountains and the 5 hills. We still have to look ahead. We've traveled all over the world. We've never said anything about hardships or difficulties. That's right, because that's what real men do. Yeah?
Who's gonna carry the boat? No matter what, the stars and the moon will always be with you. So.
She gets it, I think that's how you say it, at the top of the Himalayas to the easternmost point where the snow falls. It's snowing by the desert river. Nice juxtaposition. To the west, remembering the wolves, the wind turns in a circle in Kashgar. To the south, the blue sea. The dragon rises from the sea. I draw my mountains and rivers with my brush. 1,000 brews of the sword draw this majestic. The river's water is a dragon and a snake.
So cool, man.
I paint my china with my brush. Let me put the kin and Han in my heart. I wonder what that means. I dream of the Tang dynasty and paint
Peonies.
peonies.
It's a type of flower.
Oh, I paint the peony with silver hooks and iron strokes. I sketch the magnificent rivers and mountains. Mount Emi, Mount Kunlun. The heroes discuss their swords in Mount Huashan. Shanghai, I think. Mountains, Taihan or Taihan. Mountains. I can see the sea. I'm gonna end up learning the whole map.
That's beautiful, but I think that's a really cool thing. Like, that's a really cool thing about this song, that it's really depicting the whole picture of China, the main line.
Well, I'm picturing it in my head as I'm reading it, and I'm
it's
learning.
so descriptive. It kind of feels like how you would describe the geographically speaking, the beauties of a country to a child, because
right.
they're so descriptive. They're so rich in like its mythology as well.
But it's essentially like some sort of, like a book. You're reading it and you're imagining it and you're picturing it, and then obviously mixed with the immense musical production, with the immense visual aid that they have constructed. It's a fantastic composition. South of the Yellow River to north of the Yellow River, the people of China are so beautiful. I want to fly back to the grasslands and play the piano under the moonlight.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Hiding in the desert at Duan Huang, dancing my golden plume. Perched in the most mysterious mountains of Dali, Yunnan, see the phoenix finally fly, a legend.
That's so cool. Sticking your name in there. That's dope.
I will paint my mountains and rivers with my brush. The sword's blade is 1,000 brews to paint this majestic layout along scroll. So I presume maybe these are either historical figures or maybe perhaps mythical figures.
Or maybe writers, because it says 100 poems.
It could be writers as well, yeah. See how many years this river has been alive. Look at this. Look at the majestic hills and mountains, the air of the sky and the earth. Open a map of the mountains and rivers. The Tang and Song ancestors will lead the way.
That's so cool,
We
man.
stand on the shoulder of giants. That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
Open a map of the mountains and rivers. 1,000 years is a drop in an ocean. Open a picture of the mountains and rivers. Brothers and sisters dance. Open up a picture of the mountains and rivers. This mountain, 1,000 ravines, 1,000 rocks, one river after another. The river starts. The stars are rushing, a bay after bay. This picture is the return of a Luan and a phoenix. The mountain's too high to climb. The ink is full and the brush is full. The river and the mountain, the highest point, Shigatse. And then he goes on to repeat the chorus.
It's beautiful.
At the easternmost point, it snows heavily. That's amazing. You know what's also? China's fucking large, bro.
It is very big. And
China's big.
I think that's the beauty. It's such a majestic way of painting its culture and its richness. Because even for a foreigner, you can really like feel the descriptive beauty behind this. It's so poetic, and it makes you fall in love with something that you've never seen before. It's absolutely fantastic.
So I looked at a Chinese map